Okay, no more announcements, then we will get into it. So we're in Acts 15, 1 to 21. We will read that next. But before we do that, let's do a bit of review. But also speaking of Acts, I'm not going to go through all the points, but there's a couple points that pertain to this morning. The first one is when Philip evangelizes the Samaritans. Now, Samaritans were kind of half-breeds. They were Jewish people, but they were also foreigners that had adopted the Jewish faith. And so you could make the case they're almost Jews. So bringing them in to the church was not a huge deal. It was big, but it was not as big as some of the other things that they're going to deal with. While he's at Samaria, the Samaritans are turning to God in big ways, and Philip is in the middle of this great outreach and everything's going well, and the Holy Spirit tells him, he just looks at you and change that. The word, yeah. I forgot my computer, so we changed a few things, and apparently not all the saves are saved. It's supposed to be Ethiopian eunuch. That's what it's called around. He tells him to go down into the wilderness, and there he's going to meet somebody. Maybe. Doesn't tell him why he's going to be there. He goes down there, and he meets the Ethiopian eunuch. And who are the Ethiopians? Well, in some ways, they are half-breeds. They are people who had started following Yahweh back at the time of Solomon. And so, while they were a different ethnicity, they were Jewish in faith. And so, again, that was not really a huge jump for the Jewish Christians to deal with. Because they were, at least by faith, they had been proselytized in, and they were Jews, at least in faith, not race, but in faith. 2 chapters later, or chapter and a half later, Paul visits Cornelius, or Peter visits Cornelius, and it's a big deal to Peter. He's given this vision 3 times. She is left down from heaven with all unclean animals. He's told, kill and eat. And Peter says, no, Lord. Don't you understand what this vision means? Are you sure? I want to make sure I get this clear. Are you sure? And Jesus tells him, do this green man coming to get you, go with them and do as I have told you. And so he does, and Cornelius and all his house becomes believers. And now we have a problem. The problem is now we have Gentiles who do not have any history in Judaism, do not understand the law, have not kept the law. They eat pork, for all barbaric things to do. And they're Christians too. Peter comes back and he has to confront this a little bit with some of the other Christians, and they're dealing with this. And this thing's simmering from then on. Of what do you do with Gentiles? Are they Christians? Do they have to become Jews? And it's simmering underneath the surface. Sometimes it pops up a little bit and then gets squashed back down. And all these things. Barnabas and Saul start their missionary journey in Acts 13, and they are reaching out to a lot of Gentiles now. There's a lot of Gentiles that are coming into the faith. And it just takes this issue and ratchets up another level. And then we get into Acts 15. I'm going to read the section here. A certain man came down from Judah and taught the brethren, unless you are circumcised according to the customs of Moses, you cannot be saved. Therefore, when Paul and Barnabas had no small dissension and dispute with